So the webinar is now going to get started. I've just sent you all a message. If you can't hear me, but you've seen the message on the left-hand side, then please try to make sure your sound is on. And if that doesn't work, you can try rejoining the webinar from the email that we sent through. If you are having problems hearing me or with your internet connectivity, then don't worry, because we will be sending you through the slides at the end of the webinar. So as I said, today's webinar is about how local giving can help your unit to raise funds online. If you want to ask me any questions, you can do so using the chat feature in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. We are going to have time for Q&A at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to hold your questions until that point. If you're having any further difficulties, you can also call my colleague on the help desk, which is 0300 111 2340. And as I said, this webinar is being recorded and all the slides will be sent to you at the end of the webinar. So this afternoon, we're going to be looking through, firstly, what is local giving? Then we're going to be looking at why Girlguiding has partnered with local giving, what the key features of local giving is, what will be included in your local giving membership, a bit of information about the advice and support that we provide, and then, as I said, time for. So let's get started with what is local giving. So local giving is an online fundraising tool that provides a website, training and advice to help local groups connect with supporters online, improve their digital skills and develop practical fundraising experience. So as well as an online fundraising platform, Local Giving also provides a more holistic experience for our members. Since we launched in 2009, Local Giving has raised over £13 million for our members. It's including £2.75 million of match funding, which we'll be talking more about in a moment. We've had over 5,000 charities and community groups create a Local Giving page to raise donations. And more than 119,000 individuals have donated to a local charity or community group through the platform since 2009. And that includes more than 15,000 monthly direct debits that have been set up to provide long-term continuous support for local charities. So why has Girlguiding partnered with Local Giving? Well, one of the key reasons is to cut down on each unit's admin time. So all gift aid claims through Local Giving are processed automatically by us. You don't need to be registered with HMRC, and you don't even need to complete any CHV1 forms when you sign up with Local Giving. All you need to do once you've registered your group with us is just send us a bank statement. And this gift aid includes one-off and monthly donations, and all of these donations can be tracked through easy-to-use reports within your account, so hopefully saving you a lot of time when you would normally spending time claiming gift aid yourself. You can also make the most out of Local Giving's features. So we have regular match fund campaigns that you can take part in order to incentivize your donors. We have fundraising pages that allow your supporters to raise funds for you, as well as appeal pages to help you raise money for specific needs. So for example, if you're taking your unit on a trip, and we'll go into those details a little bit later on. We also provide advice and support. So as well as giving you an online fundraising platform, me and my colleagues on the charity engagement team are here to help you with any questions you may have about fundraising more generally, as well as any specific questions you may have about local giving. We've also created, alongside with Girlguiding, fundraising tips and resources to help your units raise more money. So I wanted to show you quickly a couple of examples of some units that have already successfully used Local Giving. So one of the groups is the first Newport Pagnell Brownies, who's led by Wendy Church. And since joining Local Giving in 2014, the unit has raised over £5,000, and that's including over £3,000 worth of donations and over £700 of gift aid. They also took part in 2 different match fund campaigns and raised from those alone over £1,500. And Wendy has said that this money has gone towards subsidising a sleepover for their unit. So it's been really helpful for them to be able to provide some extra experiences for the girls in their unit. We also had another group online. We have another group online, the first Shenley, Brook and Brownies, led by Jackie Hansel. So since 2015, they've raised over £5,500, and that's including over £3,000 of donations, over £700 of gift aid, and over £1,000 of match funding. And when we spoke to Jackie, she told us that local giving has allowed them to subsidise camp fees and holidays to make them more accessible for the girls in their unit. And said that they recently held a cinema night that they're able to make free for their girls using the money that they raised on local giving. So let's have a look at what the key features of local giving are and how you can make the most of them. So the donation process works like this. If someone donates £10, they can then claim gift aid on that donation, which is an extra 25% of the donation. So if it's a £10 donation, that will make it £12.50. We then have a processing fee, which for UK debit cards is 1% plus 10p. And then local giving deducts 5% on all donations, and that goes back into the running of our platform. So for a £10 donation with gift aid claim, your unit would receive £11.67. So let's have a closer look at the fees. In order to join local giving and make the most of this membership, there is an annual membership fee. All units, Girlguiding units, are receiving 50% off their standard fee, making it just £36 for the year. And as I said, there's then a 5% fee on all donations and payment processing fees as follows. So 1% plus 10p for UK debit cards and slightly more depending on what the payment method is. So donation process. All payments made to your group through local giving are donations, and the donations take 2 to 3 weeks to reach your bank account for when they're made through the platform. Gift aid takes slightly longer, 4 to 6 weeks, because it's processed through HMRC, and once again we do all that on your behalf. It's worth pointing out that all donations on the platform are actually made to the Local Giving Foundation, which is our charitable arm, and we then pass these donations on to you as a grant, and this is how we're able to claim gift aid on all donations without you having to provide us with a CHV1 form or a HMRC number. This is an agreement we've had with HMRC since we set up, and it's one of the unique features of our platform. It's also worth bearing in mind that parents and supporters will be sent email receipts on all the donations they make through the platform. So in terms of gift aid, the things that are eligible for gift aid are any donations that may be for things like appeals for equipment or an event. When it comes to appeal pages, which I'll show you in more detail later, the contributor should be able to donate as much or as little as he or she wants. Camp fees and outings where there is a specific charge are not eligible for gift aid. And for more information on this, you should see Girlguiding gift aid information pack. Through local giving, all gift aid claims are processed automatically, and as I said, no CHV1 forms and no need for you to claim back any of the gift aid processed through that. We do that all on your behalf. Gift aid is 4 to 6 weeks, and as I said, this can all be tracked through easy-to-use reports. I also, as I mentioned earlier, you can make monthly donations through the platform, so someone can set up a direct debit to your unit. This can be a minimum of anything from £2 a month, and once again, they will be sent a confirmation email once their direct debit has been set up. So here's a quick look at what one of the main pages on local giving looks like. So this is the first Newport Pagnell Brownies. So we go from the left-hand side. You can see there they have a rolling screen. You get up to 3 images. Below that is what we call social share tools. So these are buttons for Facebook and Twitter. Just with one click, you're able to share your page and your details easily on social media platforms to make it quick for you. You can also put some extra information about your unit and then some further contact information if you wish. On the right-hand side, you have links to appeal and fundraising pages if you want to set those up. Below that, most importantly, are your donate now and give monthly buttons, so people can make a one-time donation or set up a direct debit. You also get to put donation examples below these, and we find this is really helpful for our members to be able to give your parents and supporters of the unit a clear idea of what their money will be going towards. You also have your web address clearly there for you to copy and paste. So that's the link that you send people in order to take them directly to your page to donate. And also below a link that if someone's interested in fundraising for you, maybe by running an event or running a 5 or a 10K or something like that, they can use that link there. So I've mentioned a couple of times fundraising and appeal pages. So let's have a bit of a look at those in some closer detail. So as you can see at the top of this image, here's the main charity page, which I just showed you. And then from there, you can get links to appeal pages and fundraising pages. So both of these pages have their own unique web addresses for you to share on Facebook or on emails. And they both contain target bars. So you say you want to raise £100, that will appear as a target bar, which will increase every time someone donates. And the donors can also leave comments of support with their donations that will appear on the page. And gift aid is available to be processed with all of those pages. So for appeal pages, these are controlled by you. So you set up an appeal page yourself within your account. That's an option of something you have to do. It allows you to describe specific details that are separate from your main page. And it has an urgency. Extra urgency is created because it has a 90-day limit for people to donate. And you can extend this at the end of those 90 days. So this is a perfect page for raising money for specific projects or repairs, or as I say, if you're organizing a trip for your girls and your unit, the page will be really helpful for that. Again, donations made to appeal pages are eligible for gift aid as long as it's clear that any voluntary amount can be donated to the project. So it's not eligible if you tell your parents they have to contribute a fixed amount. Fundraising pages are set up by your supporters, so they're not set up by you, they're set up by any parents or any girls who may want to, say, run a cake sale or do some other kind of physical challenge. So any supporters you can have, they can set up as many pages as they like. They're free for them to set up. It only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to set up a page like this. And it's really important to try and get people to fundraise for you because they can become great ambassadors for your group. The average fundraiser on Localgiving actually brings through 60 new online donors to their charity and on average raise about £520 because they're obviously reaching out to friends and families who may not know about the good work that your unit does. And all the donations raised through the fundraising pages can be tracked through your account. So that's an overview of the different kind of pages you can have set up on Localgiving. So let's have a look at the all-important match fund campaigns that we run. So during a match fund campaign, in the simple terms, every donation that is either guaranteed or given an equal chance of being matched. So the amount and type of donation matched varies depending upon the specific match fund campaign, and we'll have a look at those in a bit more detail in the next slide. So a typical match fund campaign works like this. Someone makes a £10 donation to your unit. We then match that £10 donation with funds raised either through private philanthropists or sometimes we have partnerships with government, with OCS. And then gift aid goes on top of that, meaning that your donation goes from £10 to being potentially up to £22.50. So here's a quick look at some of the different match fund campaigns that we run. And once you are a member of Localgiving, you can take part in any of these. There's nothing extra you need to do to take part. You're automatically enrolled. So in April, we ran our Local Hero campaign. So this was specifically based on the fundraising pages that I showed you a couple of slides ago. So only donations made to those pages counted. We had up to £5,000 worth of prizes to be won for the fundraisers who managed to receive the most amount of unique donors. So it wasn't about who raised the most money, but about the amount of donors that donated to each page. So the top prize for a fundraiser was £1,000 and then went down from there. So on the 16th of June, we also ran our Give Me 5 campaign. So this is a slightly different campaign when not every donation was guaranteed to be matched, but instead, after a 24-hour period, we randomly doubled 1,000 times £5 donations. In 2015, we ran 3 of these campaigns and managed to raise over £95,000 for local charities on our platform. So that's £95,000 raised from £15,000 of match funding. And then the Grow Your Tenor campaign, which will be the next campaign that you will be able to take part in on the 18th of October. This is our biggest campaign of the year. And really simple, donations of up to £10 are matched until the match fund pot is emptied. So at the moment we have about £100,000. We're still fundraising for that internally. So when that starts on the 18th of October, any donations of up to £10 get matched. And in 2015, we also started to focus on matching monthly donations as well. So if someone set up a direct debit to your unit, that would get matched for the first 3 months. So a bit more information about match fund campaigns. As I said, all local giving members are automatically enrolled in the campaigns, and you'll be emailed well in advance to give you time to prepare, and we'll send you important updates about the campaigns as well. And we regularly update our fundraising toolkit with resources to help you with promoting the campaign to your supporters. And I'll show you the toolkit in a moment. It's a really important feature of our site, which tries to make fundraising as simple and as time effective as possible. So let's have a look at what's included in your membership. So once you've joined Local Giving, this is what your account will look like. So this is your dashboard when you can just see the overall figures for how much you raised. This is the My Pages section. So here you can update your main web page, which I showed you, and you can see there you can also create an appeal page as well. We then have the My Donations section. So this is a really important section where you can see all the donations that have been made to your unit, whether gift aid has been added to those. And you can also from there send your own personalized thank you messages to your donors. And we allow you to create templates to make these quick and easy. There's also a slightly more in-depth section to the My Donations area called the Report section. So from here, there's a funds raised report that shows you all the donations that have been made to your pages. There's a financial report, which shows you all the donations that have been paid to your account. And then a marketing report, which shows the contact details for everyone who's donated, as long as they have chosen to share those details with you. Here you can also, in the next section, you can look at your fundraisers. So if you're lucky enough to have supporters or girls in your unit to be fundraising for your unit, you can check on their progress here. And this is the My Fundraising Toolkit, which is an important section which I mentioned briefly before. So in this section we have loads of really important information about how your local giving account works. We also have loads of really helpful resources to help you raise funds more quickly. So let's have a quick look at some of these. So on the left hand side here on the buttons section. So the buttons, this allows you to download external buttons which you can put on any websites that you may have, or you can put in your email, so you can click on that button and go straight there. This section you can see on the left-hand side. It's currently called the Local Hero section for our recent campaign. So this section gets updated every time there's a match fund campaign. And along with those campaigns, we give you email templates, Twitter and Facebook headers, all that sort of stuff, posters. So you can just insert the name of your unit, the link to your page, and then just send that out to your supporters. And then the rest of these sections are different tips and resource sheets for your fundraising needs. So let's have a look at some of the advice and support that we provide. Much of this is through the fundraising toolkit. So you would have seen in the email that you got sent a fundraising A to Z that we sent through to you with some helpful tips. This is just one of the many different resources that we have available, specifically made with Girlguiding for your units. When you join Local Giving, you'll receive a welcome pack that will have a huge range of these types of resources in them, so that's really worth looking out for. So as I said, these will be updated regularly for specific match fund campaigns, and we have loads of really specific advice for Girlguiding units. Here's an example of a couple of the posters that we've made for you. So you can see on the left-hand side, that poster, all you need to do is just enter your whatever your URL becomes, so or what your web address is. So it'll be www.localgiving.org/ whatever the name of your unit is. On the right-hand side, some other helpful posters that you can send through. We also have email templates. So these email templates are more generic templates about getting donations, also some templates about our campaigns. So all you need to do is insert your specific details, and all of those have been written for you. And we've created these resources for our members because we understand that most of the time on your hands, being a leader of your unit, is taken up with actually running the unit itself. You don't have a huge amount of time for fundraising, as obviously you're doing this in your spare time, doing this voluntarily. So these resources are here to try and make that part of the role as simple and easy for you as possible. We also have our Local Giving Help Desk, which I mentioned briefly before. The number for that is 0300 111 2340. It's open 9:30 to 5:30 Monday to Friday, excluding bank holidays. And myself or my colleagues, Cara or Steph, we're happy to help you out with any questions you may have. We can provide you assistance on any technical issues you may be having, or if you just want to talk about fundraising more generally, we're happy to help you with that as well. So, in conclusion, let's have a quick summary of what we've gone through in today's webinar. So the key benefits of local giving are, firstly, you can claim gift aid on donations without being registered with HMRC or completing a CHV1 form. You can ask for donations through local giving and you'll receive money in 2 to 3 weeks and 4 to 6 weeks for gift aid minus the fees. There is no paperwork, which equals more time for guiding. All donations and gift aid are processed online and available to view in easy-to-use reports. Appeals and fundraising pages are available, so you can raise funds for specific projects, like a unit trip. We also have a friendly help desk and tailored support materials for your fundraising needs, and regular match fund campaigns. So our Grow Your Tenor campaign coming up on the 18th of October, and our next Give Me 5 campaign are coming up on the 29th of November. So if anybody has any questions, now's the time to ask. As I said, you can just use the chat tool in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you can't think of a question now and actually something pops in your head later on, please give us a call on the number that I provided earlier, or you can email me just on help@localgiving.org. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes for any questions anyone may have.